Coming up, police say an Eastern Kentucky girl was kidnapped by a Tennessee man.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. Kentucky State Police are investigating after finding a Leslie County child they say was kidnapped. WYMT's Alyssa Williams has more on the case and some key takeaways for any concerned guardians.
Around 11:30 Monday night, Kentucky State Police Post 13 in Hazard received a call from Leslie County. The caller said their 12-year-old daughter was missing.
Evidence located there at the scene and from doing a neighborhood canvass indicated that the female may have possibly left with an individual in a white Ford pickup truck.
Troopers were able to get the word out to surrounding agencies, and not long after, the truck was found by the City Police Department in London.
They was able to conduct a traffic stop on that vehicle and was able to positively identify that missing juvenile to be in the vehicle.
The driver of the truck was 20-year-old Noah Foote, who had met the girl through social media and traveled from Tennessee to pick her up so the two could live together.
You know, we'll be doing search warrants on phones, things like that, just try to piece together everything that happened from the get-go and from the day one they started talking.
Trooper Gayhart says this situation is a valuable lesson for children and their parents.
Social media is a great thing, and it can be a great tool, but it can also be very detrimental to the safety of our children. So we have to be cognizant and really be vigilant on trying to make sure that we know what our kids are looking at on social media and especially who they're talking to.
Being mindful of who your kids are talking to on social media is key because you never know who's on the other side of the screen. In Hazard, Alyssa Williams, WYMT Mountain News.
Trooper Gayhart says the girl was fortunately not hurt and that Foote was aware of her age. And Gayhart adds that Noah Foote will be charged with 1 count of kidnapping a minor, but more charges are possible. Tuesday at one Floyd County school, one teacher who battled breast cancer returned to the classroom. Susan Green, who was diagnosed with cancer in June, had her first day back in class with students since receiving her diagnosis. The school, who reminded her that no bobcat fights alone, decided to hold a pink out day in her honor and to bring awareness to the disease that she had battled.
We were like one big happy family, and today, when Susan came back, we just wanted her to feel loved and supported and to show her how much that we loved and missed her. So we wanted to wear our pink in support of her today and to let her know that we have her back.
Green says the gesture from the school and its faculty, staff, and students nearly brought her to tears, and she was overwhelmed by the amount of support throughout her battle with cancer. The COVID-19 positivity rate continues to slowly fall. Governor Beshear announced 2,582 new cases of COVID today, increasing the statewide total to 702,951. There were 15 new deaths reported today, bringing the death toll to 8,921. The governor shared that among those 15 Kentuckians that died, one of them was only 29 years old. The positivity rate is a little more than 9% now. You can always find the latest COVID information on our website at WYMT.com.
Well, we saw a few scattered showers work through parts of the region earlier on this afternoon and even into this evening. I saw some on my way back to work from my dinner break a little bit earlier tonight. I-64 camera at Moorhead, for the most part dry right now, but you see the overcast that began to move in as we went through earlier on today. Highs before the overcast hit got up into the upper 70s in some spots. Hazard got to 79, Jackson just to 78, Prestonsburg up to 80. I would discount that 66 in Somerset. That was a faulty sensor they had there over in Pulaski County, but most of us did get into the 70s today. In fact, everybody but Somerset did get into the 70s, and I suspect Somerset did, had the sensor been operational there. Some of us still in the 70s, otherwise upper to middle 60s, and I would say we have plenty of upper 60s to go around. You see some of those showers already working back into the region, into portions of Leslie County, back through Bell County, up through Perry, even into Knott County. So some light showers working their way through. Those are going to continue to increase as we head later on into the night, with temperatures only in the middle 60s overnight. In fact, we could see a couple degrees of rising overnight. We have more showers on the way, though, before the week is out, and I'll have the details on those coming up in just a bit. Steve?
All right, thank you very much. Well, emergency crews in Lee County now have a new way of keeping their teams safe. WYMT's Corey Sanning explains how it works.
A new initiative looking to put safety first.
It provides for a passport system, an identifier for each individual apparatus or truck, and it also provides an individual passport for each individual member of search and rescue, fire, EMS.
Lee County emergency crews adopting a passport accountability system Tuesday in efforts to make sure their crew members are always accounted for.
What that allows us to do is when folks come on scene, we're able to account for where they are, what their assignment is, and in turn make sure that they are safe as we do what's called PAR checks on them regularly.
All you do is take your passport, stick it on a crew card, and you are good to go.
Our search and rescue scenes are often very large wooded areas where you can't see every member from where you're at the command post. It's going to make our command staff's job a lot easier on scene.
With county officials praising the new system as well.
The key here is going to be that this will allow an extra margin of safety so that when that exhausted scene commander walks away, he can look and double check to make sure everybody came out all right.
Keeping rescuers safe so they can focus on the job at hand. In Lee County, Corey Sanning, WYMT Mountain News.
The system is a nationwide program, one that Allen and others say they hope will become commonplace in eastern Kentucky in the near future. With the fall season here and those leaves changing colors, emergency crews are preparing themselves for what's to come. While other seasons present dangers as well, officials say that fall is the most popular for outdoor tourism in the region, with activities such as outdoor rides and hiking. Lee County Emergency Management Director John Allen says they always stay on alert this time of year.
Our incidents are, of course, based on the seasons. We have a huge concentration of outdoor tourism here, adventure tourism. So in the fall of the year, our rates of calls increase between ATV accidents, climbing accidents, those type of things. For a small community, we do have a lot of major incidents here, and we also have a lot of mutual aid assistance that comes in our county. So it's going to be a big help.
Allen also says he strongly encourages the public to remain cautious when participating in outdoor activities. October is Adopt a Shelter Dog Month. To help our canine companions, staff at the Harlan County Animal Shelter are encouraging folks to consider adopting a dog from inside either their shelter or another one. The chairperson of Friends of the Shelter, Annie Fox, says it's all about changing the perception that surrounds shelters and understanding that these dogs need you.
It can take up to 2 or 3 months for a dog to feel comfortable, to be not skittish around sounds, skittish around people. Maybe they've been abused. So if you need to be patient and have that patience and work with that animal and let that animal have time to breathe.
Fox says if you cannot adopt, there are other ways you can help, like donating or fostering. Learning math is certainly not everyone's favorite subject, but Tyler Watts at Letcher Elementary School adds a fun twist for his students. Tyler is also known as the Post-it Picasso for his artwork made out of Post-it notes throughout the community. He originally got the idea when using Post-it notes to teach his students line symmetry, and now they play a part in every piece of artwork he does.
So I'm just happy to do this, especially around home, and it's awesome when the kids can drive by and see something huge that they had a part in, and when they can see math come to life, that's what it's all about.
If you want to see more of Tyler's Post-it note artwork, you can look up his Instagram page at Post-it_Picasso. Coming up at 11, COVID cases, deaths, and hospitalizations seem to be trending downward. But are hospitals seeing much relief?
And rain chances aren't done yet. We have plenty more for the midweek. I'll have all those details on the way.